front door. Well. Now, I did a video last night about Black Lives Matter. Realized I felt a little sleepy, but was tired. And I'm also tired of propaganda. But I'm going to keep it in this clip. So, pardon me if the energy goes down a little bit. Now, my point and problem with Black Lives Matter is you guys raise all that money and nowhere in no community in the black neighborhoods, in the low-income areas, you built any parks, rec centers, trades, labs, schools, anything. 25% to charity. Where is Black Lives Matter when kids are dying in the street? Where is Black Lives Matter when the gangs are killing each other? Why does Black Lives Matter come out every time someone of the opposite color murders, allegedly sometimes, a black person? This is my problem. Where are you now? I'm going to roll this clip. And if you agree with me, hit the like button. This whole thing is smoking. And I don't mean that in a good way. But I'm going to run this clip anyway. Stay woke to the bullshit. Oh, and you might say, hey, that clip is a Fox News clip. Oh, Dunk, you use the Fox News clip. You can't trust Fox News. But you trust every other source that's telling you the wrong thing to do. Use your common sense. Tap in with yourself.
One of the leaders of the Black Lives Matter organization, who calls herself a trained Marxist, is now being called a fraud after property records showed Patrisse Cullors shelled out millions of dollars on 4 luxury homes. One of them in Los Angeles' exclusive 88% white Topanga Canyon. This, as the Associated Press reports, Black Lives Matter took in some $90 million in donations last year. Now remember, this is the organization. The movement with people in the streets, they're not getting rained down on by cash. Now other people in the organization want an investigation into the group's finances. The head of the New York chapter of BLM.org also wants a close look at Cullors' personal finances, saying a self-professed socialist should ask how much of their own money is going to charitable causes. Oh, this is interesting.
The one group that did manage to get a whole boatload of cash was Black Lives Matter. They pulled in more than $90 million last year, but only managed to spend a quarter of it on charitable causes. The group's been so shady with the money that Tamir's Rice mom begged the group to stop profiting off her son's death. That probably explains why, according to the New York Times, look at this, public support of Black Lives Matter has cratered since June 20. What a difference a year makes. Joining me now to discuss is Maj Toure, founder of Black Guns Matter. Maj, you always tell it like it is. So why is the support dropping?
The support is dropping because the people are following the money. A bunch of the money, Darren Seals told us before he was murdered, Black Lives Matter Incorporated is a sham organization designed specifically to fleece the black community, has nothing to do with improving the conditions of black America, and they the ops, period.
So Maj, so you got the organization, then you got the people that are on the street that have sincere calls for justice. But then you had the organization, they got all the dough, making all these promises because they were pressured to do so. But when it came down to the nitty gritty, the community didn't see a lot of that dough. So the question is, will there be boycotts for these corporations, or will there be pressure to pay up? Because I want to see the dough.
Yeah, I don't want the boycott. The black community want the money. Y'all said that money was supposed to be for our community. You said it. You plastered the Black Lives Matter. Let me go back a second. Yes, we know that Black Lives Matter as a reality, obviously, right? And some people in America wanted to pretend like that wasn't the case. So I want to make that clear distinction between the people doing legitimate work, community work, and the incorporation that funneled. This was a money laundering scheme. 25% of it on this stated purpose. No, it was a money laundering scheme, and a whole bunch of that money, don't want to get anybody in trouble, but yes, I do. A whole bunch of that money was funneled to the Democratic Party and Joe Biden and his team's whole scenario. That's where the money at. Follow the paper. That's why the plummet has happened amongst the black community. You see it. Yeah. White liberals are behind and funding this anti-family, anti-nuclear family unit, anti-strong father in the household movement that has been morphed into something that has been very detrimental for our community. If you want to tell me that, you know, hey, we're going to be helping you, but we have to control all of the money, we got to funnel it through Act Blue, I question you. The money will make a man change gods. And if we keep following that money, we're going to see all of the white liberals and a sprinkling of some of the black folks that bought $1 million homes off some of that bread. Yeah. Right. We're going to see that. But nah, the liberals is running that, and that ain't for the hood no more. We got our own work to do. You want to support something? Support Black Guns Matter. We actually do what we say we're going to do with the money.
Yeah. We're going to keep following this because I like following the money. I like looking at the receipts and seeing who paid up.
Sucker for door. Wait a minute. Well, let's start the show. Cut to the chase. No bullshit games today. Black Lives Matter. I gotta spread the word. Now, $90 million in profit in 2020 alone. And a quarter, 25% of that goes to charity. Now, it's even to the point Tamir Rice's mother is mad and still mad to this very day about the profit from her death. Black Lives Matter supporters and the support drastically dropped since 2020. This video is to explain to the people and the youth about this organization. This guy, George Soros, is the funder. The investor, shall I say. Now, 2 months ago, the leader, the owner, the one you can Google, that lady, 2 months ago, steps down for movie deals and a book deal. After she got her mansions and everything else, she faded away in the sunset. All off your profit. Now, the melanated community is the most unprotected. The lost tribe, shall I say, the lost sheep of Israel. We are the natives. If you are unaware, bills are being passed for the Asian community and no one else. You know why? It's because China is coming. I'll get into that in a whole nother video. And if you've really been following me, you already know where it's going. Just follow the breadcrumbs. But I'll get to that later. One thing I recommend you to do, one thing I behoove you to do is to learn the Chinese language. Another thing I want you to make you say, is, once again, I'm just taking knowledge on this video. The natives are the melanated people. Have you ever heard of American Jamaican? That's a whole other topic too. And if you want me to get into that, you know what to do. The way I'm going to end this video is we are teaching the youth to be consumers and not producers. And I'm not talking about beats. That boy is smoking. Alright, now, when I say producers, I mean formers, someone that can produce necessities, supply, and demand. Now, and I want you to think for yourself. You to dig in your soul and make your common sense tick. In my next video, I'm gonna explain to you, not debunk, I'm gonna explain to you the military mind games Charleston White plays on the world. He's a genius. And I'll get to that later. That'll be the next video. And I got another one after that. We're on the road today. Shut the front door. Shut the front door.